Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? Hope everybody's doing all right. From the rain, I know I've been busy, cleaning around the chores because my mind is feeling like more chaotic. I don't know what's happening right now, so I'm just, but right now I'm not too busy, but everything's a-okay, okay. All right, guys, let's get to this video right now. So I have some sad news that I have to tell you, that former WWE and WCW superstar, his name was Terry Balea, who was formerly known as Hulk Hogan. He passed away yesterday at midday with a cardiac arrest. During, from time to time, Hulk Hogan was an amazing legend. He signed with the WWF since 1980. Well, before 5 years later, I was born. So yeah. I watched. I was watching. World Wrestling Federation. When I was growing up. So he held he was a 12-time WWE World Champion, which was a total amount was 1,474 consecutive days. What else? Yes, he was in the in the WWF Royal Rumble, which was 1990, 1991. By the time, he was a two-time Royal Rumble winner, so I have to tell you, this dude is he was a awesome guy. He was a he was the leader of the NWO ever since he joined WCW. I'm like, man, you know what? I have watched wrestling when I was a child, with my parents, because, and every time I watch wrestling, man, you know what? Hogan, he was, he was a WCCW 6-time world champion. you know, because, you know, he was also a true legend to his wrestling fans watching, you know, all around the world, you know. So, you know, because, you know, I've been, you know, by the time, you know, I woke up this morning, you know, I was watching, you know, some YouTube videos about, you know, Hulk Hogan, you know, winning victories, you know, and all that, you know, because, you know, just to remember that, you know, we will never, you know, forget about Hulk Hogan, you know, because but and 7 years later, before he retired from wrestling, you know, he became the WWE two-time Hall of Fame, and, you know, went out because, you know, when he was holding his award, all he does, he was like, "What are you gonna do about it, brother?" And because, you know, this, he was very funny, you know. I could not be able to stand up to see what it was like, what he was gonna do afterwards, you know. And then, you know, he went to, you know, became an actor after wrestling, you know, and also he was a great actor, you know. I watched his movies, you know, for quite some times, you know, even though when he was never, whether he was around or not, you know. And then a year later, Hogan, you know, during the pandemic, Hogan, you know, came back to the WWE, you know, said what he had to say, you know, in front of the whole crowd, you know. So you know, because I remember, like, one time, you know, when the Bellas, you know, came out and said, "You know what?" And he said to Bailey, you know, he said, "Ding dong, goodbye." Then the Bellas, you know, punching Bailey in the mouth, you know. And they didn't like the way they did it to her, but I'm glad that they took right out of it, boom, and smack her out of her mouth, you know, what she was saying to them, you know. Yeah, you know, but, you know, anyway, back in May, you know, Hulk Hogan, you know, was having a neck surgery before he started recovering, and before 2 months later, before he passed away, you know, they see, because you know, the medical examiners said they were checking on Hogan, you know, and they said, he was, he was recovering well, but sadly, Hogan died at the age of 71. So, and yeah, we all know that we all gonna miss him, and they don't know when. Might be planning for Hogan's funeral. We don't know for sure, and I'm waiting for the time and the date to see what might happen. So I'm gonna watch it, So tonight on SmackDown, I will be watching the paying a tribute to Hulk Hogan, because so we'll see what happens. All right, guys. I just wanted to say thank you very much for this special video. I appreciate you all taking the time to take advantage of that. So prayers goes out to Hulk Hogan's family and to all his friends out there somewhere, and so he's already laid to rest, and so they're paying a tribute to Hulk Hogan, a true legend that he is right now. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted to say thank you very much for that. Rest in peace, Hogan. You're not suffering no more, and he will be missed. Thank you. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. It's gonna rain this weekend. Make sure you take your umbrellas with you before I go to work tomorrow. So I just gotta be ready for that. Thank you, and God bless.